What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Burwell Farms here. So it is Wednesday afternoon, around 7 o'clock. We're gonna ride down here and check on our fields. We'll go up so it's not quick thing. Gonna go buy our little building here. We finally got power hooked up. It's a little building that'll be our farmer's market. Hopefully next year. I don't think we'll get it open this year. But we're gonna go check and see how it's coming along. I know we had corn looking pretty good yesterday. We even had some cucumbers coming in. Should have some cantaloupe coming in here pretty soon too. And then we're gonna get back this afternoon, and I gotta seed some watermelons. They're kind of late, but we got our seeds in late. We'll go ahead and seed a couple plants and then transplant them, so we'll have a few later on in the season. Also got some other stuff that my wife wanted to put in her little garden. I'm gonna go ahead and seed it too, so she ain't gotta worry about trying to plant it and then coming up. It'll already be up, and we'll just transplant it because it won't be a whole lot of stuff. We're having a kind of an issue with deer at the moment. They have completely wiped out our bell peppers. Like yesterday, I had one plant still standing. So our electric fence is slowing them down, but it ain't stopping them. But hopefully we can get some more planted. We'll try to get a few more plants planted. See if we can get them to come up and keep the deer out of them. So hang tight. All right, made it to the field. So we got corn looking pretty good. It's tasseling out there. So we'll have a little lesson here. Why this tassel's like this is so it can pollinate your cobs down here. Looks like now about every stalk's got cobs on it. As soon as this hair right here turns brown, it means the corn's ready. We'll start, gets close, we'll start pulling a couple just to test, see what they look like. Looks like we may need to spray for some bugs. We got some bugs coming in too, so we may have to get out here tomorrow and do that. This corn, our other corn over here, is coming in too, starting to tassel at the top. It should be ready about the time we get done harvesting this section. And then we've got another 3 or 4 acres we planted the other day that should be ready by the time we get all this harvested. It may be a little bit later, but it'll be close to the same time. So should work out well where we got these 2 fields being harvested, and we'll have a continuous supply of crops. So we're gonna walk over here, check on the beans. They've been looking pretty good. We got to run the cultivator through them maybe tomorrow if we can get in there. Got some grass coming up. We may also come over here and spray for some bugs too. So they're getting pretty big. But let's go look at these beans. All right, this right here is our butter beans. They're starting to bud out. That's a good sign. So hopefully we'll have them putting pods on here pretty soon. Green beans look really good. They came up really nice. We just had some certain sections, but that guy's not supposed to be here. He got lost during the planting. Or was just stuck in the planter. As we walk over here, it's green beans. The other darker plant right here, this is purple hull. You can see the damage that deer do. They just mutilate them. That plant probably won't produce. Got a couple in here that do pretty good. So it's just something we got to deal with down here in the south. We pretty much got more deer than we do people. You can get you what you call a depredation permit to try to control them, shoot them all year long. It's kind of a lengthy process getting it done. You got to have the game and fish involved. You got to get them out here. They got to do a study. Come out and see. I guess the biologists come out and see how many deer you got and justify and verify, yeah, you do have a nuisance problem with the deer eating all the crops. Just a process. We've been talking about doing it, probably will, but you have to sit out here at nighttime and hunt. You just kind of, but you can't use the deer. You got to leave it laying there. Kind of sounds like a waste, but during summertime you don't want to eat deer meat anyway. They've got ticks and bugs and worms and stuff in them. It's pretty nasty. If you've ever seen one dead during the summer. All right, this is what's left of our bell pepper plants. And this, I think, is the only few we've got left. I think they ate the other ones completely to the ground. See if we can find one. Yep, see, look. There's one right there. It's completely gone. So we may try to plant some bell peppers close to the house so we can kind of control the animals in them. We've got 52 tomato plants planted right here. You can't really tell it, but we're going to come in here and weed probably Saturday. In between each plant, we've got to put up some poles because we've got several coming up that are getting pretty good sized plants. We got to start getting them stringed up. We should have some pretty good tomatoes, I imagine. This right here, the onions. We've got onions at the very end down there. You can kind of pick them out in the grass. For some reason, the grass overtook them up this way. We haven't been able to really see them. We've got a good stand of cantaloupe right here. They're starting to bloom out. So hopefully a couple more weeks we'll have some melons coming on and we'll be able to harvest some of these. So like I said earlier, we've got cucumbers coming in. Let's see if we can find, whoop, there's one right there. See, got a little baby cucumber coming in. Plenty of flowers. I just kind of walk down through here and just kind of look a little bit. Pick up under the leaves. Don't want to disturb the plant too much. Yep, there's a couple more coming in. There's two right there. Hang on. There's two more little ones coming in there, so won't be long. We'll have cucumbers, and we're gonna have a lot of them. So hope y'all like cucumbers. We still haven't come up with a date to have a U-pick date. We kind of waiting to see how long it takes everything to come in. But if we just got sweet corn and cucumbers ready, I'll be happy with that. The beans and all, I'm not real sure how much longer it'll take them to come in. But if it was all ready, it'd be great. I don't think it's going to be. And that's fine. We can let people come out here and pick all the sweet corn they want. Once it gets ready, we'll start kind of advertising how we're going to do it. I'll talk about how we're going to do it. If it's going to be a bucket deal where you fill up a bucket all you want, or if we're going to sell it by the ear. Once it gets up, we do have a price list I'll put out for all the other vegetables and how we're going to sell those and where we're going to be, farmers market. You can go online to burwellfarmsllc.com. And you'll be able to order online, and we will either drop it off at a location where you can pick it up, or bring it to you, or meet you somewhere with it, or possibly even ship it to you, depending where you're located at. If you're in the Tri-County area, Mississippi and Central Mississippi, we will probably be able to meet you somewhere without a problem. So, and we'll have all that out, all the information will be out eventually. It's kind of early to put out now because we really don't have any crops. So we're going to ride over here to the other field and check it out. See how it's coming along. We put fertilizer on it yesterday. We used a all natural fertilizer, and I'll talk about it when we get over there. So let's head over that way. All right. So talking about the fertilizer we put out, it's not real sure what it is, but it's more of a natural product. It stinks really bad. It's really brown, but it's supposed to put nutrients in the ground, not necessarily like a traditional fertilizer. It's called SumaGrow. We used it last year. We were in the program, the Smart Grow program. We put it on our pastures. It did help turn the pastures a lot more greener than they were. I wasn't just thrilled about it because I didn't think it did just as good of a job as they advertised it to, but we put it on these fields this year. We saw a dramatic difference. It shot up. We just used what we had left over from last year. It shot up, so we put the same stuff over here on this one. We'll also have to put some nitrogen out on the corn to get it to come up. The beans and stuff, though, we can see a huge difference in them when we sprayed it on this side over here. So, right through one of our other fields that we were going to cut for hay this year. We ended up not disking it up or anything, but it looks pretty pitiful as far as hay grass goes. So I think we're going to bush hog it all down and go ahead and disc it up this summer. And I don't know if we're going to just leave it and not plant it, or if we're going to come in here and try to plant some other type of crop, or just plant some grass on it. I don't really know yet. So, but it's pretty thin just looking at it. There's areas there's nothing but weeds out here. Let's see. You can see out the window. It's real thin. We thought it was going to come in a lot heavier than what it did, but it didn't. So not real suitable for cutting hay on. We do have horses and cows to feed also. I know I don't talk about them very much, but we got them out there. We got one at the processor we're picking up tomorrow. We're going, once we get it back, I think Friday, if we pick it up, I will do a little video of what you get for half a beef, because we actually kept half of this one for ourselves and we sold the other half in the 2 quarters. So, and I can go over that. I'll go over that too. What you get in a quarter of beef. So we'll get there. And I think they ended up costing them about, if I do my math correctly, I remember right, I think it was like $600. They're gonna get 50, 75 pounds of meat probably, but that's everything: your T-bones, your ribeyes, fillets, hamburger meat, ribs, brisket, you name it, ever how you want it cut. We do have a cut sheet on our website too, so you can go out there and look at it and decide what you want. We're headed over here to this other field. We made it over here. So it's kind of like the other field also. We planted a little different than a lot of people do. Most time we would plant this field all going this way, long rows to the end, and that may be how we do it next year. I think we're planning on putting all corn in this field. Maybe we're going to lay it out. We're going to plant some whole fields next year instead of having it broke up like we do. But purple hulls, they're coming up great. The other reason we did this is because we planted this field flat. We did not do any hipping. We come in here, disc it up, run the dew all over it to smooth it out, and just plant everything flat. To me, it's a lot easier. It saves me around in the field, which saves money on diesel and time doing it. So it just takes time to hip a field up. But in here, purple hulls did great. The green beans are not doing so great. Now, we did plant this Memorial weekend, so it's only been a couple weeks. We're supposed to get some rain this weekend. Hopefully, it'll make it shoot up. But kind of the same scenario with the butter beans also. It did sporadic. I don't know if I need to go and try to do my research and find a bigger plate. So if some of y'all do plant butter beans with a 7100 John Deere planter, let me know what plate you use. Save me a little time, because obviously I'm not using the right one. I do have some coming up down in that corner. That bottom stays pretty moist even after rain. So It does pretty good, but I did notice it was more coming up there, and I don't know. I planted these kind of shallow because I thought I planted them too deep on the other side. I was hoping they were going to be able to push through, but that may be the case. They may have crusted over and just not be able to come through. So, all right, and the rest of this field is all sweet corn. We planted the same variety. It's a GMO corn. A non-GMO corn, organic. But again, we're not organic. Maybe one day we'll see how that goes. But one of my questions is, for the ones who do plant organic or corn that's not Roundup ready, how do you control your weeds other than cultivating between the rows? That's one of my big problems. Is we sprayed this to kill everything before we started disking. It was real high in grass, and we dissed it several times and then ran the do-all through it. But now we have grass coming back through it, and we just put some fertilizer on it, so it's really finna take off. And then when we put nitrogen on it, probably tomorrow or Friday, it'll even more take off, and the grass end up being bigger than the corn, and that's kind of aggravating, especially when you're trying to do a U-pick and want people walking down the rows. They don't want to be walking in knee-high corn. Most of it up on this end, we noticed came in pretty good. I was out here yesterday when I was spraying. I did notice some of the back here. Some of that corn has not come up yet, or it may have come up and deer have eaten it, or the crows have gotten the seed. I'm not sure, but it just didn't look like it was coming up. But everywhere else right here it's got good rows, good stands. So we should be good. And this corn, hopefully get another 60 days, 70 days. We get on up there and maybe we'll have another picking. I feel like I'm going to be tired of picking sweet corn by the time it's all over with. But sitting here looking at the butter beans, they're coming in. They're coming in. This is just kind of sporadic. You can see how different the dirt looks down here. It's holds a little bit more moisture than up on the hill. So you can see down the rows there. We planted those. That's some long rows going back and through there. But definitely got a few more butter beans down here. The other field also came in a little bit later. The butter beans was popping up sporadically. So maybe they'll come up. Green beans, for some reason, I don't know. They didn't do well on flat ground. They did a lot better when they were hipped up. So that may be one of those things that we've got to hip the butter green beans and maybe even the butter beans. I don't know. But the purple hulls have taken off being planted flat. They're doing really good. So we'll definitely keep them planted flat. And we'll take note of all this and make sure we remember it for next year. So, but I'm excited. We got sunflower field over here. We got about 5 acres of sunflowers. We'll just use that for dove hunting this year. Not really a harvest crop. We're going to try to pick or anything. It looks pretty. I mean, people may want to come take pictures or something. I don't know. But they're coming up really well. But there again, they got a bunch of grass in them too. I'm hoping they'll get up and overtake the grass here pretty soon. So that's an afternoon check-in. So we're going to go back now and feed and get ready to call it a night. All right, so this is our little building. Pretty old. I remember there's a warehouse for Yazoo Valley. But after I bought it, or right before I bought it, I was told it was a grocery store at one time and was moved in here. And it does look like a grocery store. I'll show you inside. It's actually pretty neat. We just got power hooked up. It's got some old shelves. These shelves are cool too. Look at, they've got adjustments on them where you can adjust them up and down. This is a lot of mill work. These shells were added in between. Here's one I took. I took the shells out. You can see it's kind of dark in here. I got power hooked up today, but I haven't ran the new lights in here yet, so not quite ready. But the intentions are we're going to open this up into a farmer's market during the summer to sell everything we grow. I think it's going to be pretty nice. We got to paint and do some lights, and things been probably shut up for the last 10 or 15 years, so nobody been in here. We've been working to clean it out. We've got to do some work on the foundation, the floor. It is conventional, so we just got to work on jacking it up and getting it all leveled back out. So ain't nothing a little blood, sweat, and tears can't do. But we'll have a little story here. All right, so I'm going over our chores. We did get our pen finished. I'm pretty excited about that. But now we're going here. Figured our 4-H pig. These are the pigs we bred back early in the year. So we got a light cross, a dark cross, and we're going to have a York. So we'll have, hopefully they'll be here around the 1st to end of July. So hang tight, I'm going to feed real quick. Let's see if we can get a better angle here. Drop out here. Watch out, doggy. I'm coming. You done filled your water, bowl of water. I'm coming. I get a little impatient. But some kind of way, this pig. Get back. You done filled your bowl of water. Yeah. You did. You got the water stuck on. All right. Now, I gotta go take care of the chickens. That's one thing I don't need is more animals on this farm. So, go ahead and see if we take care of the chickens. I am kind of excited about having a litter of show pigs. I think it's going to be exciting to have them. But had a friend by yesterday. He said they all looked like they were bred to him. Chickens. Yep. They've got water and feed, so they're good to go. What y'all doing, mamas? So, look at here, y'all staring at me. I ain't got no feed. Nothing but come to get some pet, and figure while they were up here, might as well see if I can love on them a little bit. Oh, there's two. Said not today. Come here, Belle. Where y'all go? Huh? Come here. Come here, B4. He wants some loving. Oh, yeah. He likes his loving. Whoop. There you go. They're all in the catch pen. That's why they're all getting out of here. I think they're finna shut them. I'm about to shut them up. So speaking of cows, we've got two that are ready to be bred. We will get them up here maybe this weekend and get them ready to AI. What we do is we bring them in. We'll take a protocol. Last year we did the 7-day protocol. We'll give them some medicine, put them in heat. We also put what they call a cider in them. And we'll do all that, get them ready to AI. One of them just is the mama of the bull calf. She's been ready. He's almost 6 months old now. Matter of fact, at the end of this month, we're weaning him off. We'll shut him up for our show bull. And we have another heifer that has never been bred that we bought last year. She was ready in May, and possibly have another one. I gotta check my calendar. If I don't write all this stuff down, I'll forget. So we'll be AIing cows here pretty soon. Kind of want them to be a spring calf. We don't want them to be born dead winter. Don't want to be born in the middle of summer. So that's kind of what we're shooting for. If we AI now, what is 9 months from now? That's when they'll be born, with January, February. So I'll take February, March. I think that's a good time. It gives them plenty of time to get acclimated to the weather. It's still kind of cool, and they get on up when it gets hot. So a lot of people like fall calves. People say they do better. I can see where they do. But the wintertime can be kind of hard on them. We don't get a lot of bad winters in Mississippi, but we do get some freezing weather. And you got to keep a close eye on them if they're really small. I've had to save some that were frozen and heat them up. So, but in the summertime, you got the opposite. You get one that gets born. It may get dehydrated because it's so hot outside. So you don't want it born in the middle of summer. Like right now, I think tomorrow the temperature is supposed to be 93, feel like 100. It's getting hot, and we're only in June. So once we get to August, it's going to be boiling hot. Even September's still a little warm, but at least it's cooling off a little bit by then. So it's a game you got to kind of play to make sure they're bred at the right time. That's one reason why we AI. The other is because we want the genetics. We're not really breeding just because we want to. We want the good genetics come in. Like the bull calf we had, he will be shown as a bull. We'll keep him intact, and then turn around and sell him as a registered Red Angus bull. And when we sell him, he will be a virgin Red Angus bull. We'll have him tested. He'll be a nice low birth weight bull. We may keep him for a cleanup bull, because we could keep him and get rid of his mama, or just keep him away from his mama. The other calves we got, they were a product of a neighboring bull, so they're getting sold, or either we will keep them for meat processing. They are Angus, but they got mixed with a black Angus, Red Angus, so they're still good calves, but we like to keep all the red. We won't keep it all one breed, one color. We're going to focus more on the red Brangus than we are the Angus, just because they're a little bit bigger. Nothing wrong with Angus. They're a good cow. The Brangus just has a little bit better mothering skills. They have a lot of that Brahma in them, so they're a little bit better for the hot weather in Mississippi. And you can obviously see, if you ever pay attention to my videos, when you see the Belle, the Brangus that I pet all the time, she's very gentle, but she is way bigger than the Angus cows. A couple of Angus cows are full grown. They're not heifers anymore. They're cows. They won't get any bigger, and Belle towers over them, and she's just a heifer. She's never had a calf. She is bred this year to Yuckney, which is a MBJ Ranch bull out of Wharton, Texas. I talked about that on a video earlier on, a while back. But she ought to throw a very nice calf. Hopefully it's a heifer. That's the other thing, is we plan to keep our heifers. That's kind of our other part of our plan for the genetics. We plan to keep the heifers and sell the steers or the bull calves, whatever we decide to do with them. But we're wanting a certain genetic in our herd that breeds a certain style cow, and that's part of it. I love what they've done down there at MBJ Ranch and how their cows look. They're very helpful. We call and talk to them. So that's kind of where we're going with it. It will be a bigger cow. I know some people like big cows. Some people like small cows. Somebody South Pole cows, whatever the heck that is. We like Herefords too. My son wants some Herefords, so possibility of getting them. But we want the bigger cow, the bigger frame, because everybody here knows, if you're watching this channel, you probably have dealt with cows or like farming. Cow prices are stupid right now, and you sell a cow by the weight. Why would you not want a bigger heifer that throws a bigger calf and weans at a higher weight? That's kind of what we're looking at. But we also want to be able to provide, if somebody says, hey, I want some heifers to start a herd with, I want to be able to provide them with a good quality heifer that I know has been bred to some of the best bulls, come off some of the best mamas, and will provide a nice herd for somebody in the future. It's all about the quality and not the quantity. You know, we've got a goal to get to 50 here and have them all bred. For now, we're going to plant AI. Unless we find a bull later on that we like and can bring him in, we may try to get a bull. But for now, we're just going to AI everything. It's very easy. It's not that hard. It just takes a little time to do. The more we do, the better we'll get at it, and the easier it'll be on us. So anyway, that's it. Didn't mean to get off on cows. We've been talking about crops. So y'all got the whole story of the farm today. All right, y'all have a good one.